Much has been said about the story of the alleged and never proven collusion between Russia and the Trump campaign. There's another side to that story that has not been given much attention. In early 2017, Politico ran a story regarding the government of Ukraine allegedly colluding with Hillary Clinton. That story was largely forgotten. Here's One America's Jack Posobiec.
Andrei Teleghenko, you are a former Ukrainian diplomat. You're currently a political consultant. You were at the heart of a major Politico piece that came out in 2016 talking about this potential collusion between Ukraine and Hillary. This story has been completely vanished from the headlines. Everybody talks about Russia and Trump and Russia and Trump and Russia and Trump, but all of a sudden there was the story about Ukraine and Hillary, which went up one day and seemed to have disappeared. How did it start for you? Did people approach you? Who approached you?
I used to work in the Ukrainian embassy here in Washington, 2015, 2016, and I was overseeing political elections, like reporting back to Kiev on that. Every embassy does it, so it's
political officer.
Yeah, but basically legal stuff, overseeing what's going on, debates, primary dates, etc. And one day I was approached by the DCM of the Ukrainian embassy, Oksana Shular, asking me to meet a person she knows very well at the Leopold's Cafe here in Washington, right by the embassy, and I think it was the end of March, beginning of April. And I met with a DNC operative, Alexandra Chalupa. That's how she introduced herself, that she's working for the DNC, and she wants to talk to me about the Trump campaign team.
So she introduces herself as a DNC operative. She says she wants to talk about Trump. Now, is she trying to find information from you about Trump?
She was asking more information on dirt, that's how she put it, to get Trump off the campaign in September, October of 2016, right before the elections.
When Chalupa came to you and then you said you didn't really have any information on Trump, was that the end of it? Did she drop it, or did she ask you for something else?
I met with her only once in that cafe, and I never reached out to her back after I researched again, which I didn't find anything, and we never talked afterward because from my side I understood that that was illegal, and what she was asking, and this is not what an embassy should be doing and should be involved in.
So your understanding was that she actually did want to use this information not for some intelligence purpose or legal purpose. She did want to use it to interfere in an election.
From what I saw, yes.
Other people have suggested that she may have gone to some folks and actually asked them to fabricate stories, to make up salacious things that ended up becoming sort of ghostwritten into the Steele dossier. Have you heard that as well?
I've heard another part of that, of the Steele dossier, that there are Ukrainian political consultants that are working in Ukraine, who were before working with Renaissance, the Soros-funded NGO in Ukraine, that were asked to work for Orbitz and to write some fake information about the Steele, within the Steele dossier. They wrote facts, but nobody liked the facts on Orbitz which they wrote, and they asked them to fabricate or make up stories.
If this really was made up and that Orbitz knew that it was made up at the first time, that would really speak to a much larger operation, wouldn't you say?
Yes, and from what we get information right now, that involved, it's a much bigger picture and a much bigger involvement on both sides, so the DNC and Ukraine.
How are they reacting now that the Russia story has essentially fallen flat in the face of this investigation?
The embassy right now, after the Politico story came out, just tried to ignore the story as much as possible. Nobody talked to me and investigated the story. And I hope that there's going to be some developments or investigations and really show the people in America and the world what really happened here, and that there is just politics involved and no crimes.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.